Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen.
And I'm Madison Phippen.
Madison, happy 2025.
Happy 2025.
Are you somebody that likes New Year's resolutions?
I like to make small goals and usually just start out with like a phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I talked a little bit about this I got to be a guest on Susan's podcast, Started from the Bottom.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about this. I have a love-hate relationship with New Year's resolutions because a part of me is like, oh, I don't want to be disappointed at the end of the year if I don't accomplish them. I like to call them intentions, like reframe them as intentions. And then I like a theme.
Mm-hmm.
A part of our theme last year was we're a family of problem solvers.
Yeah.
And we kind of carried that into 2025 as well. Just saying like, we're a family of problem solvers and we can do anything if we try.
Yeah.
I like that. What are some of like your sayings or like intentions for the year? And they can be mom specific or just like, whatever.
I like to talk about being kind. We can be kind.
Yeah.
Or we can be helpful. Just about being good people.
Yeah.
That's usually where we try, like as a family, that's where we try and aim it towards being kind and being helpful and trying to do good.
Yeah. Do your kids make resolutions or do you guys sit down as like a family and kind of talk about it, or is it?
Occasionally. We don't usually do it at the beginning of the year. We usually do it more towards like the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
Just talk about what our goals are for each individual kid, and hopefully they have goals for themselves, but just keeping it small and simple.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. We sat down. I like to formalize it just a tiny bit and sit. I mean, as formal as it can be with a 5 and 2-year-old sitting down and writing goals
for 30 seconds.
Yeah. So I gave them all paper. They can't write, but I'm like, draw whatever you want. And we just kind of talked about, okay, like, what do we want to do? And some of our goals were for Nora, potty training.
Yeah.
And being done with a sippy cup of milk.
That's a big deal for her.
Uh-huh. And then she wanted to do gymnastics.
Really?
Yeah, which is great. She has a gymnastics bar, as you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes she wrecks herself on it. But I'm actually she's so strong. She'll just sit and hang and swing. So we talked about that. And then we talked about Liv's goals of reading. And I try to suggest, well, first I want to listen. And then I suggest too of some things that are age appropriate, like let's learn to read or read X amount of books or something like that. And then we try to do some family goals too of what are we wanting to accomplish this year? What we wanted to accomplish was we wanted to go on a cruise.
That's an incredible accomplishment.
And you know what? First step, we booked it.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
I didn't give it a lot of thought.
That's okay.
If we're being honest. I just was I want to go on a trip with my kids. Then I looked and I was like, dang, this is really expensive. Things are expensive. Royal Caribbean was doing a deal where it was kids sail free and second sailors 60% off. And we also have 2 companion tickets for Delta. And so we were like, okay, $1,500 for a week on a trip and then not free flights. I always am like, oh, it's free whenever I use miles.
You got to pay for taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go on a cruise, and I heard that that's great for kids because you can kind of just make your own schedule. There's designated kids areas. I remember, and this is coming off Christmas, where I got my tonsils out for the second time, which was really cool. I just felt overstimulated with Christmas and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about this because you've felt like that, where it's just a train of opening presents.
Yeah, and they're just tossing them over their heads.
Yeah, and I'm like, did you even look and see what you got?
Yeah.
And I know you have in the past let your kids open a gift early or
yeah. We try to take it slow so it's a little more intentional and they're paying attention to and able to enjoy the experience.
And we've done in the past exchanging cousins' gifts earlier.
Yeah.
But now we're to the point where we're like, we're not even doing cousin gifts because, and we don't do sibling gifts.
No, we don't.
It becomes an exchange in my eyes of like money because none of us like really need anything.
Yeah. I mean, we enjoy thinking about each other, but
Yeah, but we do like an activity instead.
we do an activity and a service project instead.
Yeah. So what we do for Christmas is pizza pajama bowling.
Yeah.
So we all have matching pajamas. And then we show up in our matching pajamas to a bowling alley.
Yeah.
And eat pizza.
Yeah.
Sometimes we order it there. Sometimes we just like get it and eat it at home. Lately, it's been at home because it's just so much easier with the kids.
Yeah, with all the kids.
This year we did a wig exchange.
It was incredible.
So my mom just like bought a bunch of wigs off Amazon and then put them in bags. And then we just like randomly picked wigs and then we all had to wear crazy wigs. And that was fun.
But it was the best because everybody participated and everybody had a good time and it's what they're going to remember.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I'd rather like go out and do an activity. And so I know this is like way planning ahead and this is a long tangent, but that was one of the reasons why we wanted to go on a cruise. And I know you guys have a trip coming up this week.
Yeah.
That was like part of your Christmas because it just tends to be like so much stuff.
Yeah. We like to do experiences over gifts.
Yeah.
Usually do like a show for Sarah. We went to the Nutcracker. That was part of her Christmas this year.
That's fun.
Just, it's fun to have like one-on-one time with them and to just do experiences because I feel like they remember it more and it's more meaningful than a present usually.
Agreed. And all this, like I say all of this and it's good to like reflect on the past year. One of my like intentions is do more with less.
Yeah, I like that.
And I just feel like, and again, I mentioned this on Susan's podcast, but I felt, I don't know, not an insane amount of pressure, but I felt a lot of pressure to like, oh, this, like everything needs to be so magical. I've got to do X, Y, Z. And I've got to buy them this for this. And it's like, you really don't have to buy stuff. Like my kids like clipboards and tape, like,
yeah,
and tinfoil.
Paper.
Yeah, paper.
And sometimes when you're stressing so much about making it perfect, all that you're going to remember is how stressed you were.
Exactly.
And you're not going to be able to enjoy it either.
Yeah. And I'm like, so just going into this year, I have just wanted to do, more things with less. And it's like an activity doesn't have to be something where I'm like going out to the movies, buying a bucket of popcorn, buying all the snacks, purchasing the tickets, or doing some like expensive color me mine activity or something. Although those are really fun, it doesn't have to be elaborate. Like my kids like going to the mall and walking around the mall.
Yeah.
Like they love it. And just like not me like bossing them around or like hurrying from store to store. Like they like to just look or like go to the dollar store and give them each $2.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what they come up with.
Oh, they'll buy something crazy.
Luke loves to do, he likes to stay home and do like learn to draw videos.
I love that.
Yeah. It's like his favorite thing.
Yeah.
Spend hours.
I'm like, it doesn't have to be something crazy.
No.
So that was one of my things is just, and I love, there's a book called The Power of Less. I can't remember who wrote it, but that's a really good book too. And it's just a good reminder of like, let's just go into this new year with less stuff so that we can make more room for the experiences, the people, and the things that we really, really love. And I thought that that was like a good reminder. I also am like, I don't know, I've been purging.
Yeah.
Purging. Like just throwing away things where I'm like, I don't know what this is. Gone.
Yeah.
You don't pick it up? Gone.
It has dust on it. We must not need it.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much just random stuff I had in places because my kids are bag girls. So they just like shove things in bags.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah. And like not everything is special.
It's true.
Or like, this can't be the most special thing that you own because this other thing you said is so special to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just take a picture of it and then it can go in the trash.
Yeah. Let's hold it for a second and let it go.
Yeah. I also was like, for every new toy and thing that you get, you have to give something. We have to donate something else.
Yeah.
To replace it because it just gets, I'm like, there's not enough time in the day to possibly play with all of the things.
Yeah.
So
somebody else could enjoy it instead.
They could. And at the end of the day, I'm like, my kids are just playing with the cardboard boxes.
It's true. And the tape.
And the tape. They made, they wanted a Barbie dream house. And I'm like, sorry, you already have a mouse house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you can make one out of a cardboard box. Unfortunately, I came downstairs and they had gotten my knives and they were like sawing into the cardboard. And I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, I like that you guys are go-getters, but that is not safe. But yeah, they made little Barbie houses. They crinkled up aluminum foil and then got painter's tape and attached it to the ceiling and made a disco ball.
That's incredible.
It was really cool. And then just like cut up scraps where each thing is
something special.
Yeah, it is totally something special and has a spot.
And the memories they made while they made their Barbie dream house.
Yeah, they were having the time of their lives. So just like keeping things simple, not putting too much pressure on myself as a mom. Not every day can be magical and special. And like you can have a bad day. And I think as long as you go to bed and try to change your attitude for the next day.
Yeah, just do your best.
Which I'm guilty at. I kind of had a bad attitude today. Like in a funny way.
It was funny.
Yeah, where I'm like, ugh. But yeah, so those are kind of the things that I'm like working on and looking forward to. I always try to read a like mom mantra. I liked this one that said, I am patient with myself as I navigate this new chapter. I feel like my kids are evolving to a certain age where they're starting to have a lot stronger opinions and they want to do things themselves. And it's been a little hard for me to relinquish that control. So yeah, I thought that was a good reminder just to be patient with myself as I'm trying to figure out what my kids need. And like, that's what we want. We want our kids to be independent. So sometimes it could be challenging.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience.
Yeah. And I'm not the most patient person.
I think you do pretty good.
You think I do okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself that. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back.
You should.
Maybe I'm more patient than I think.
I think you are.
Yeah.
Cut yourself some slack.
Yeah. I think we're all doing our best. And I hope everybody has an amazing week. And if you are listening on YouTube, or I guess I should say watching on YouTube, I would love to hear maybe some of your resolutions, intentions, themes for the year, whatever you'd like to call them. Comment below. And we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.